Before we dive into round 2, let's revisit all the Disney side highlights from round 1 of our Disneyverse Pixar movie bracket.
Beauty and the Beast is a tale as old as time, featuring the story of Belle, a young lady who finds herself in an enchanted castle with a prince cursed to live as a beast. With the help of the enchanted household objects, Belle learns to look beyond appearances and discover the true meaning of love. This film is celebrated for the stunning animation, memorable songs, and the powerful message that the beauty is within. Cinderella is a beloved fairy tale about a kind-hearted young woman who, despite being mistreated by her stepmom and even her stepsisters, remains hopeful and kind. With the help of a fairy godmother, who's absolutely gorgeous in that blue dress and that big pink bow, I'm just saying, Cinderella attends a royal ball, capturing the heart of the prince. This classic film is enchanting by its animation, timeless songs, and enduring message that dreams come true with a little bit of faith and persistence. In the story of Beauty and the Beast, it's about the theme of love, redemption, and looking beyond appearances. The journey we follow Belle on is she's captured in this castle by this beast who's scary, but is he really? When you get to know him, he has this really soft heart, and he's kind, and he cares about her interests, giving her this library. Yes, he does have a lot of household people that help him along the way to finding out about Belle and opening his eyes. But it's really cute because I love that we get to see Belle go through the journey of looking beyond appearances, and we get the story of the Beast also learning to learn about people. It's really sweet. Cinderella is a classic rags to riches story, emphasizes the theme of hope, kindness, and perseverance. Because, man, that's all about the prince. Because the prince did not give up. And despite Cinderella's hardship, she remains really optimistic and kind-hearted to everybody. I love how sweet she is with all the animals. And even though that cat didn't deserve it, she's pretty nice to that cat too. And I like the king. He's really determined to get his son married. I don't think that gets enough focus because we talk about perseverance in this movie, which I think is really about the prince, but it's also about the king. I'm just saying, that king is going to get his son married. And he was thrilled when Cinderella came in the ball and his son was attracted. I love that moment. I love him looking through his little glasses and him pulling his, I don't know what to call him, the gentleman that was with him. He was really excited. It's really cute. The king is maybe my favorite character. He doesn't get enough love. Now, the music in Beauty and the Beast is nothing short of iconic. Composed by Alan McMank with lyrics by Howard Ashman. Sorry if I messed up anybody's name. I'm not good at names. The soundtrack features unforgettable songs like Be Our Guest, Gaston, and Beauty and the Beast. The music plays a central role in the storyline, adding depth and emotion to the film. The scene where Belle and the Beast are dancing and you see Mrs. Potts singing and telling their story, that's everything. That movie is all about the music. I know it has a great storyline, but this music ties it all together for me. Cinderella features charming and whimsical soundtracks with songs like A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, Bippity Boppity Boo, and So This Is Love. The music in Cinderella is light and magical, perfectly complementing the story that is going on. The atmosphere, the music rushes when it needs to rush, it slows down when it needs to slow down. It's really great and classic, and I think it's timeless. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Now let's talk about the animation and the style, because there's a huge difference in style. I mean, one came out in 1950 and one came out in the 90s, 1991. So visually, they're very different. Beauty and the Beast is amazing and is incredibly visually. It actually takes the old tradition of hand-drawn technique with the computerized imagery. And they blend it so well you can't even tell which is which. They did an incredible job with Beauty and the Beast, and it's so updated. Now in Cinderella, everything is drawn, so the detail in it is incredible. And I love that old style of hand-drawn stuff because I think it brings the personalities of each thing alive. Where sometimes in the new stuff, they really worry about the main character sometimes in certain scenes. And yes, the computer does an amazing job, but it's not like a person. So I like both visually. I mean, obviously the colors in Beauty and the Beast are a lot brighter and a lot deeper, so that gets you into it. Where Cinderella is, the colors aren't really in your face that much, but I find the details in each scene really incredible. And the fact that somebody could draw that entire movie, or people could draw that entire movie without computers back in the day, is extraordinary. And I think they're both absolutely gorgeous, and I think they both stood this test of time. So both movies are incredible. Now it's your turn to decide which movie is going on to the next challenge. We got Beauty and the Beast with Belle, and we have Cinderella. Both movies are iconic, and Disney has done an incredible job making these princesses last through the years. Cinderella has a sweetheart, kind heart, and just simply just beautiful princess with the bright blue dress at the end. Belle, with her bright yellow dress, is strong and smart and determined. Both princesses are wonderful in my opinion. I love them both. Both movies are full of beautiful music, and both movies are just fantastic. But which one has stolen your heart? Which one is getting your vote?
Mary Poppins is a beloved musical fantasy film that follows the story of a magical nanny who brings joy and order to the Banks family in Edwardian London. With her whimsical charm and a touch of magic, Mary Poppins, played by Julie Andrews, transforms the lives of children and their parents, teaching them valuable life lessons through the enchanting adventures. Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl is an action-packed adventure that introduces us to the charismatic Captain Jack Sparrow, played by Johnny Depp. Set in the 18th century Caribbean, the film follows Jack's quest to reclaim his ship, the Black Pearl, while battling cursed pirates led by Captain Barbossa. With a thrilling sword of fights and supernatural elements, this film redefined the pirate genre. Now on to the music. Mary Poppins features a timeless soundtrack with unforgettable songs like A Spoonful of Sugar, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and Feed the Birds. The Sherman Brothers compositions are an integral part to the film's charm and continue to resonate with audiences of all ages. Now, with Pirates of the Caribbean, the film boasts an epic score by Hans Zimmer and Klaus Baudat. Sorry if I mispronounced those names. With the iconic He's a Pirate theme, the music perfectly complements the film's adventurous and swashbuckling tone, enhancing the excitement of the high seas. Now with the cast, Julie Andrews shines perfectly as Mary Poppins, bringing grace and magic to the role. Dick Van Dyke adds humor and heart as Bert, the lovable chimney sweep. The chemistry between the cast creates a warm and enchanting atmosphere. Now with Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp delivers a career-defining performance as the eccentric Captain Jack Sparrow, captivating audiences with his quirky charm. The ensemble cast, including Orlando Bloom as Will Turner and Keira Knightley as Elizabeth Swann, add depth and intrigue to the story. Now with the styles of the films, Mary Poppins combines live action and innovative animation, creating a whimsical and magical visual style. Its colorful and imaginative scenes like the chalk drawing adventure remain iconic in cinematic history. Pirates of the Caribbean film features stunning visual effects and breathtaking cinematography, bringing the pirate world to life. Its gritty and adventurous style combined with the supernatural elements sets a new standard for the genre. Those scenes with the switching from the skeletons to the live performance is amazing. Now with the stories. Mary Poppins revolves around the magical nanny, Mary Poppins, who transforms the lives of the Banks family through enchanting adventures and life lessons. It's a heartwarming tale of family and imagination, and the power of love. With Pirates, the film follows Jack Sparrow's quest to reclaim his ship, the Black Pearl, while battling cursed pirates. It's a thrilling adventure with humor, action, and unexpected twists, redefining this genre. Now it's time for you to decide which film's music, cast, style, and story capture your heart. Is it the magical charm of Mary Poppins or the adventurous spirit of Pirates of the Caribbean?
Give a quick summary of each movie so you know or are reminded what they're each about. Newsies is set in 1899. It's about these newspaper boys, and there's a group of boys, and they go on strike. They're trying to fight against the publishers to get better pay. I love the music in this movie. I love the unity of the newspaper boys. I love the article author. I forget what he would be called, but I love how he's following around the boys and taking down their stories. In Zootopia, we follow Judy Hopps. Judy is this cute bunny, and she's a cop, and she lives in the city of Metropolis, where all the animals live together, and it's really cool. We also have this sly fox named Nick Wilde, and in this movie, they uncover a conspiracy that threatens the city. Both films are very unique and very different, and they strike with very different audiences, I think. Well, do they really? I mean, they're both Disney, but I do think they hit at the core of different things for each of us. So it's interesting to see an animated versus a live action, and a musical versus, I don't know, sort of a suspense kind of film. Let's get into it.
Sir ran New York City.
There's lots of money down there in those streets, gentlemen. I want to know how I can get more of it.
Newsboy Jack Kelly was running from his past.
You were in jail?
Well, I was starving, so I stole some food.
Until Pulitzer's greed
charge the Newsies more for their papers.
They can't get away with this!
gave him something to fight for. Musical event.
I'm up against the most powerful man in New York City.
You have to fight them.
I want an example made to those who would dare to leave.
If we don't act together, then we're none! We don't stick together, we're none!
I'll break you, boy.
He challenged the power of the press and discovered the power of the people.
Sometimes all it takes is a voice.
Strike!
It becomes 100, and then 1,000.
Christian Bale and Robert Duvall.
Zootopia, a gleaming city where animals of all breeds, predator and prey alike, live together in peace and harmony.
He's first rabbit officer, Judy Hopps.
Gripped by fear.
What can you tell us about the animals that went savage? Are we safe? This is priority 1. Hopps. Parking duty.
Should have gotten a real cop to solve it.
You are under arrest.
For what? Hurting your feelings?
You are a key witness.
No, he is.
Hey! I have 36 hours left. We can only solve it together.
So emotional.
No. Do not let go.
I'm gonna let go!
What?
We all make mistakes. No matter what type of animal you are, change starts with you.
We gotta go.
Whose car is it?
The most feared crime boss, Mr. Big.
Is that Mr. Big? Huh. I
slice them. What did we say? No, I sing anyone at my wedding.
Let's talk about the music. Newsies is just known for its music. The energetic, the inspiring. You have Seize the Day, King of New York. These are by Alan Minks, and they still are huge hits, especially if you're a fan of musicals. You know these songs. They're just everywhere, or they just were everywhere at the time this movie came out, and they still resonate today. Zootopia, I love its catchy pop hits. You have Try Everything by Shakira. It's very modern and up to date. I love the Zootopia soundtrack. Now, do I compare it to Newsies? So very different. Newsies, when you think of Newsies, you think of the music. When you think of Zootopia, I'm not sure the music is the first thing I think of. But which one resonates with you? Which soundtrack do you want to pop in your CD player? If people even have CD players anymore. Well, which soundtrack are you downloading? Let me know. Alright, let's talk about the cast and the characters. Newsies introduces us to a young Christian Bale. Oh my god, is he cute. He plays the character Jack Kelly, who is the leader of the Newsies. He sort of brings all the boys together and motivates them and keeps them together through the film. And I love him. And not only because he's cute. Zootopia, we get introduced to the dynamic duo, Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. The voices are by Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bates. I love their chemistry throughout the movie. The cop and the sly fox, they definitely are opposites that just work. I love their character development throughout the movie. Which characters hit your heart? Which characters make you go, aw, or just make you get into the story even more? Can't wait to hear your stories in the bottom. Talking about visually, Newsies captures the 1899 New York City. Wow. I love the costumes. I love the details in the background. It really sets you like you're in 1899 and you feel like you're in the city at that time. They do an incredible job. Now, Zootopia, I love the animation. I love how you feel like you're in this whole new world. It's vibrant with its colors and the animals, the harmony. I love the cutting edge animation technology they have in this film. Now, which one do I like better? I don't know that I can compare. They're so different and just so incredible in their each way. But comparing a live action to an animated is really much harder than I thought. I hope you guys can decide. Finally, let's talk about the heart of the film. In Newsies, this is based on a real life story from 1899 where the newsboys went on strike. It has a powerful message about doing what's right. And Zootopia, while it's not an obvious to the children what they're learning, they are learning about diversity, the challenges of diversity, and it's a heartwarming way to do it. I really loved how Disney can make lessons in these movies, but not make them so it's scary for children to learn the lessons. That Disney does incredibly well. So I like both movies for their storytelling. So I'm really having a tough time choosing this time. Now it's your turn to decide because, well, as you can tell from this video, I'm having a really hard time with this showdown. I don't know which one I'm going to go with, Newsies or Zootopia. I love both movies. I get in the mood for both movies at different times, and so I have no idea what to choose. I hope you guys do. Let's first talk about one of my very favorite movies. Let's first talk about Princess Diaries. And I love watching this movie with my sister, Kathleen. We do rewind some of the parts over and over again. Well, enough about me. Let's get into the movie. The movie follows Mia Theophilus. She's a teenager. She's totally shy, totally awkward, and I think she resonates with a lot of people because who didn't have those awkward years? We follow her as she finds out she's the heir to the throne of a European kingdom. With the guidance of her grandmother, Queen Clarice, Mia has to learn how to be a princess and still be a teenager. That's crazy. In this heartwarming tale of self-discovery, friendship, we see her blossom. We see her true best friend stay her true best friend because, well, she always knew she was great. And I love their friendship. We see a little bit of romance with the best friend's brother. Now, to me, that was a little weird, but also really cute. So I love that. It's a really fun story.
Glamour, romance, fame. Mia Thermopolis had it all, but only in her dreams. Her real life was completely ordinary, but now something's about to happen.
Your grandmother called. This is the first time she's ever contacted us. What you want?
I'm Queen of Genovia.
Whoa.
And you are Princess.
Shut up! Speak already. What's that, a tiara?
It's a question of taste.
Princesses never cross their legs in public.
A matter of grace. The Princess Diaries. Her real life was completely ordinary, but now something's about to happen.
Your grandmother called. This is the first time she's ever contacted us. What you want?
I'm Queen of Genovia.
Whoa.
And you are Princess.
Shut up! Speak already. What's that, a tiara?
It's a question of taste.
Princesses never cross their legs in public.
A matter of grace. The Princess Diaries.
Now, as we talk about the Aristocats, I want to shout out my friend Terry. She was one of the first subscribers to the channel. Thank you, Terry, and thank you for being here. In this movie, we get to meet Duchess and her 3 little kittens. Unfortunately, they've been kidnapped by this greedy butler, and they have to make it back home. Thankfully, they meet a street smart alley cat named Thomas O'Malley, and they have a huge journey ahead of them as Thomas helps them get back home. This movie celebrates family, it shows friendship, and I love the music. It's a really catchy tune kind of music, and I love all the characters. The kittens are so cute. I love Marie. Yes, she's my favorite.
A classic case of catnapping.
They're gone!
That's terrible.
What's gonna happen to us?
Cats are on the run.
Everybody out of here fast.
Surprises. Romance.
Sissy stuff.
And music.
This is outrageous. It's great.
Of all, it's quiet. It's delightful Disney fun. Aristocats.
Meow.
Alright, let's talk about the music. Now, I've already said I love the Aristocats music. But Princess Diaries, that's really great too. I think all the music in the film, the soundtrack, it really complements Mia's journey through being a teenager to becoming a princess. It's crazy. I love the music and it really complements it. It adds a fresh vibe to the film, I think. Keeps it upbeat. The Aristocat, it boasts jazzy, timeless soundtracks that captures the essence of Paris. I love the songs Everybody Wants to Be a Cat. So true. It's iconic and the music just brings like a lively energy to the film. So I really enjoy both soundtracks. I don't know if I could choose between them. Now, talking about just watching the movies visually, the Princess Diaries is a blend of modern San Francisco with the elegance of European royalty. It's really fun. I like the colors. I love the styles. The way they dress Mia is really cute, and I love her outfits through the movie. I think it's really relatable, and it's really fun to be a teenager watching it because I was one. And I really enjoy rewatching it because it's very nostalgic for me. The Aristocats, however, is completely different. We're transported to Paris. We have vibrant colors. The character design is incredible and so much fun. They really bring these cats to life. I love both. I love the romanticism of Paris. I think that's really sweet how they turn that into that. I mean, we all know Paris, everybody thinks romance, so it's really fun to see that in the movies. I think both visually, they're both very appealing, but very, very different. All right, let's talk about each one's story. The Princess Diaries is about self-discovery and embracing one's identity. And I love watching Mia go through this journey where she has to become a princess from the outcast personality that we see in the beginning of the story. I think that her changes are really pretty, but I also love that in the end she learns to kind of have her voice and not just think about herself. She really says that in her ending speech, and I love the self-discovery that she has. I think she's an inspiration, and it shows young girls that, okay, no, they can't become queen, but you can become somebody who talks for others. You can go into government and make a change. So I think it's inspiring. The Aristocats, on the other hand, is about family and friends. And I love the kittens and the brother and sister relationships in them. I think that's really relatable as we watch them because who doesn't fight with their siblings? And I love the friendship with Thomas O'Malley and a little bit of romance there. I think both stories are valuable lessons about family and friends in the Aristocats, and in Princess Diaries about owning who you are and welcoming the changes that are going to come. So I think both have great lessons, but I am curious which story resonates with each of you. So let me know in the comments below.
If you're enjoying this video, hit that subscribe so you don't miss out on more fun. And please give us a like.
Alright, first up, let's get a little summary of both movies, in case you've forgotten. The Lion King, I love this movie. It came out in 1994 and the scenes are breathtaking. It opens with us meeting Simba, and who can forget all the animals and the music that goes along with that scene. It always gets me. And I love watching Simba grow up in his journey. We follow him from the carefree kind of cub that's someday going to be king, to losing his father, to leaving the only home he's ever known. And then when he meets his two best friends, who really are his best friends because they even follow him back. I mean, when Simba grows up and he chooses to go home to take on his uncle, I mean, wow. Just incredible. The scenes, the music, I just love this movie. I just can't get over it.
Lion King.
This'll all be mine?
Everything the light touches. But a shadow lies over the kingdom.
I will be king.
And never return.
If you ever come back, we'll kill ya!
What's eating you?
I don't want to talk about it.
He looks blue. I'd say brownish gold.
Not unless you can change the past.
He grew up hoping to leave his old life behind.
You're Mufasa's boy.
You're the king.
King? Have you got your lions crossed?
Father?
You are my son, and the one true king.
You see, he lives in you.
Life.
Simba!
It's a legendary tale filled with excitement. New characters.
Why do I always have to save you?
And featuring original music and songs by Grammy winner Elton John and Academy Award winner Tim Rice. Walt Disney Pictures presents an entertainment event you'll never forget.
So let's talk about The Brave Little Toaster. The movie is so sweet. It's about household appliances that take a journey. They need to get back to their owners, and they go through quite an ordeal to get back. But I love the friendships with all the appliances. I love how they work together. It's just really cute. And I love the blanket. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get into the music. I've already hit on how Lion King has incredible music. I mean, how could it not when it's composed by Elton John and Tim Rice? I mean, you got great songs like Hakuna Matata, Circle of Life. I mean, these songs, they stick with you. I still play the soundtrack. I absolutely love The Lion King. Now, The Brave Little Toaster, while the music really goes with the film, and they did a great job, the music is by David Newman. It's really charming and it's sweet, and he captures each scene perfectly where the music goes. I really love it, but I won't be playing it in my car. So, great soundtrack. But which one do you like better? Let me know. All right, let's talk about the style. The Lion King is breathtaking, the animation. How they bring Africa. The Lion King is breathtaking, the animation. How they bring Africa. The Lion King is breathtaking, the animation. How they bring Africa. The Lion King is breathtaking, the animation. How they bring Africa. The Lion King is breathtaking, the animation. How they bring Africa. The Lion King is breathtaking, the animation. How they bring Africa. The Lion King is breathtaking, the animation. To life with its vibrant colors, stunning landscapes, it's incredible. And the characters' designs, wow. They make that uncle look really evil, from coming out of the shadows, and just the really incredible artwork they did in the little details that make him look evil when he speaks. You know what he's saying is evil even if you have the volume off. And then you get into some of my favorite characters, Timon and Pumbaa, and they make them look so fun and lighthearted, and just the character animation in this movie is incredible. Meanwhile, The Brave Little Toaster, while it doesn't have the scenery that The Lion King has, it has the simplicity that makes it really sweet and makes it fun to just sit home on a Friday night and kind of put it in, see nostalgia. It's really cute how they make each of the characters, even a blanket, have a personality with the way they drew them, making him shy, making the vacuum a little scary, but also like the uncle that's scary, but you know has your back. So it's really sweet movie, and I love the styles are so different because the movies and the stories are so different. Now, everybody's got to go on an adventure, but wow, are the adventures different. Let's dive into the stories a little bit more. Let's get into their meanings. I love The Lion King. I love how it's all about family, responsibility, and growing up. It tells the tale of Simba on his journey to becoming a king and becoming a great king, as I think he will be. But he had to go through those life experiences to become it, to get the knowledge. The Brave Little Toaster, it's about friendship. It's about preservation, about not being left behind. They won't let themselves be left in the past. They're going to find the owner. They're not being left. And I love that. I love their determination that's in this story. Both stories are really cute and both have some great life lessons. Which one hits with you? Which one do you just want to watch over and over again? Me? I love both. Now, thank you so much for joining me as we discuss these two fantastic movies.
First up, we have 101 Dalmatians, a timeless animated classic that introduced us to the adorable Pongo, Perdita, and their spotted puppies. This film is a masterclass in animation, with its unique sketchy style and unforgettable villain, Cruella de Vil. But it's not just about the visuals. The story of love and family and adventure resonates with audiences of all ages.
Dalmatian puppies. Stolen.
Have they called the police?
The humans have tried everything. Now it's up to us dogs.
I'll sound the alert.
2 yips, sir. Sounds like a number. 3 5s of 13.
That's 15, sir.
15 spotted puddles stolen. Oh, balderdash.
It sounds like puppies, sir.
Of course, puppies.
Ready, Captain. Aim. Fire 1. 2.
On the other side, we have The Parent Trap, a live-action gem that brought us the double fun with Hallie Mills playing twin sisters. This film is a delightful mix of comedy and heart, as the twin sisters scheme to reunite their estranged parents. It's a story about family, identity, and the length we'll go to for love. Plus, who can forget the catchy song and charming performances?
I never saw her before in my life.
The nerve of her coming here with your face.
4 weeks left at camp and you'll spend them all together. Room together, eat together, play together.
November 12th. That's my birthday. I was young. There used to be a picture of her on Daddy's desk. What are you doing with her picture? It's my mother. Sisters. Do you want to meet Father? And I'm just dying to know Mother. Let's get together. If we switched, sooner or later they'd have to unswitch us.
There's been a lot of things happening since you left.
What does a young girl like her see in him? Right in the bank.
We're in trouble. I'll have to bring Mother out here immediately.
Time for you to show up just when I'm gonna get married.
Daddy, please don't marry that woman.
I'm going to marry your father, so you get used to the idea.
You want a bet?
Old and on with the new, eh?
Feeling like something's gonna happen? Like a storm brewing?
Let's get together.
First up, let's talk about the music. A personal favorite here, Smiling with Erin D. 101 Dalmatians features a jazzy score that perfectly complements its London setting. The catchy tune Cruella de Vil is iconic and adds a playful yet sinister vibe to the film. On the other hand, The Parent Trap offers a more traditional soundtrack, with songs like Let's Get Together, which captures the fun and mischievous spirit of the film. Both soundtracks are memorable, but which one resonates more with you? Is it the jazzy charm of 101 Dalmatians or the upbeat melodies of The Parent Trap? Next, let's dive into the style of these films. 101 Dalmatians is known for its unique animation style, characterized by its sketchy lines and watercolor backgrounds, giving it a distinct and artistic look. The film's visuals was groundbreaking at its time and remains a fan favorite. In contrast, The Parent Trap showcases classic live-action style of the 1960s, with vibrant colors and charming set designs that bring the story to life. Which style do you prefer, the artistic animation or the nostalgic live-action charm? Now let's talk about the stories themselves. 101 Dalmatians tells the adventurous tale of Pongo and Perdita as they rescue their puppies from the villainous Cruella de Vil. It's a heartwarming story of bravery and family. Meanwhile, The Parent Trap follows the mischievous antics of twin sisters who scheme to reunite their divorced parents. It's a delightful story of love and family reunion. Both stories are captivating, but which one tugs at your heartstrings more? The daring rescue mission of 101 Dalmatians or the heartwarming family reunion in The Parent Trap? Now let's talk about the numbers and audience love. 101 Dalmatians was a box office hit, grossing over $14 million in its initial release, a significant achievement for an animated film at the time. Its innovative animation techniques and engaging storyline won the hearts of many. On the other hand, The Parent Trap also enjoyed box office success, earning over $25 million in its initial release. Its charming plot and Hallie Mills' dual performance captivated audience, making it a family favorite. Both films have stood the test of time. Which one resonates more with you today? Both films offer something unique. 101 Dalmatians captivates with its animation and thrilling plot, while The Parent Trap charms with its humor and heartfelt moments. But which one stands out more to you? Is it the artistic brilliance of the animated world, or the relatable comedic journey of the twins? it's your turn. Let us know in the comments below or on our community page. You can vote twice here. Will it be the animated charm of 101 Dalmatians or the live-action film of The Parent Trap? Your vote will decide which film moves on in the Disney vs. Pixar movie bracket. Hello Disney fans, welcome back to another exciting episode of our Disney vs. Pixar movie bracket series. Today we're diving into a classic Disney showdown between two beloved films, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from 1937 versus The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh from 1977. Let's explore the magic of these films and see which one will move forward in our bracket. Don't forget to vote for your favorite in the comments below or on our community page, or both.
Magic milk on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Featuring those beguiling Disney characters loved by everyone. And of course, this is Grumpy.
He don't know. He never tried.
Then too, there's the terrible witch.
Have a bite.
A happy treat of fun and musical fantasy that lasts forever. Experience and happiness. See Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Hi, Piglet.
I'm Pooh.
What's a Pooh?
You're sitting on one. Friendly with two.
Much of a tail, but I'm sort of attached to it.
That spells Tigger.
What a pleasant surprise.
Hooray!
First up, let's talk about the music. One of our favorite things here on Smiling with Erin D. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs introduced us to timeless songs like Hi Ho and Someday My Prince Will Come, which have become Disney classics. On the other hand, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh charms us with its whimsical tunes like Winnie the Pooh and The Wonderful Thing About Tiggers. Soundtracks capture the essence of their stories beautifully. Which one resonates more with you? Let us know. Next, let's dive into the animation and the style of the films. Snow White was a groundbreaking film, the first ever full-length animated feature, and its hand-drawn animation set the standard for future Disney films. Its production took over 3 years, 1.4 million, 750 artists, and nearly 2 million separate paintings to complete. One of the technical innovations animators pioneered during this production of Snow White was the multi-plane camera, a method that created the appearance of depth in animation. Meanwhile, Winnie the Pooh offers a softer, storybook style that perfectly complements its gentle tales. Both films have their unique charm, but which animation style do you prefer? Now let's get into the stories themselves. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is a classic fairy tale about a beautiful princess named Snow White, who is forced to flee from her envious stepmother, the evil queen. The queen, whose magic mirror declares Snow White is the fairest in the land, orders a huntsman to kill her. Unable to do so, the huntsman instead urges Snow White to escape into the forest, where she finds refuge in a cottage belonging to the Seven Dwarfs. With their unique personalities, they welcome Snow and offer her protection and friendship. However, the queen discovers Snow White's survival and, disguised as an old hag, gives her a poisoned apple. Snow White falls into a deep lake sleep. The dwarfs chase the queen to her demise, and Snow White is ultimately revived by a kiss from the Prince Charming himself, breaking the spell. The story concludes with Snow White and the prince living happily ever after. Winnie the Pooh, on the other hand, takes us on a delightful adventures in the 100-Acre Woods, focusing on themes of friendship and imagination. This movie is actually 3 shorter movies that had been previously released, put together. The 3 stories in the film are The Honey Tree, The Blustery Day, and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. These storybooks are presented in a seamless chapters narrated by the timeless Sebastian Cabot. I hope I said his name correctly. Both stories have captured the hearts of audiences for generations. Which story speaks to you more? Finally, let's look at the box office and audience reception. Snow White was a massive success, paving the way for future Disney movies. It remains a beloved classic. Despite initial doubts from the film industry, it was a critical and commercial success, with an international earnings of more than $8 million during its initial release against a $1.5 million production cost, becoming the highest-grossing film of 1938. Winnie the Pooh may not have had the same box office impact, but its charm and endearing characters have made it a favorite among fans. The film and its character has spawned an industry of sequels, television programs, clothing, books, and toys. Which film do you think deserves to move forward based on its legacy? That's it for today's showdown.
Couldn't be sunnier, but that's about to change.
Erin D.
It's completely frozen.
Cold, 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 cold.
A real howler in July, yeah?
Really?
If we don't do something soon, we'll all freeze to death.
You want to talk about a problem? I sell ice for a living.
Ooh, that's a rough business to be in right now. I mean, that is really... that's unfortunate. This is awkward. Not you're awkward, but just because I'm awkward. You're gorgeous.
Hi, everyone. I'm Olaf. Hi.
You're creepy.
Whoa!
I don't want it.
Whoa.
No.
All right, we got off to a bad start.
I know how to stop this winter.
Yeah!
Hang on.
Bring back summer! Man, am I out of shape. Wolves.
Stop!
Whoa. Whoa!
Are you okay?
I've got a thick skull.
I don't have a skull.
To survive this blizzard!
That's no blizzard!
Sultry.
That's my sister!
That would have been nice to know.
Not nice to throw snow, people!
Whoa, 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 Feisty Pants. Just let the snowman be.
I'm calm.
Great. Oh, come on.
Olaf, you're melting.
Some people are worth melting for. You're just maybe not right this second. No!
Olaf!
Hang in there, guys! Give me my legs! I give you my legs!
Those are my legs.
Oh, hey, do me a favor, grab my butt!
All right, let's talk about one of my favorite parts of any movie. That's right, the music. Music is so important, and the music. Music is Frozen proves why it is. Frozen was a huge success with its music soundtrack. Let It Go not only was success in the Disney universe, but it was popping on the charts. They did an amazing job. The music is by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez. And the catchy tunes, the fast pace of some of the songs, and I just love it. I did get a little sick of Let It Go at the time it came out because, I mean, it was literally everywhere. I mean, and I love this soundtrack, but sometimes I still skip that one. Just because I had nieces at the time, thanks to Emma, that really loved to play this song over and over again. And it is a great song. They did an incredible job. But it got a little much. Did it get a little much for you guys? I just want to know. Was it just me? Let me know. On the other hand, we have Hercules. Hercules is more of a gospel soundtrack, and it's really great. The music is by Alan Minks, and David Zippel. Sorry if I mispronounce anyone's name. I'm not great at it. Sorry. The music is amazing. Go the Distance is inspiring and uplifting. And it's just one of those songs you can hear over and over again. And if you're in the car and you're sad, it's a great song to uplift you at the end of the day. Or if you just want to put it in before you go to work to see if you can get your spirits up for having to go into work. It's a great music soundtrack. So both soundtracks definitely deliver. But which one are you playing in your car on the way home from work? Let me know in the comments below. Now let's talk about the animation. I mean, Frozen, come on, that really delivers. I mean, you really feel like you're in a frosty, cold place with the snow and the ice and just a reflection of Elsa's castle when she made it. It was absolutely breathtaking. Everything in this movie is incredible. From the rocks coming to life, the animation, the technology it took to do all that was just breathtaking. So, great job. Now let's talk about Hercules. Hercules is one of my favorite movies. The animation style is very bold. The characters are very kind of exaggerated, bigger than life kind of things in this movie. I love the movie Hercules, and I think they do a great job. It definitely has its own flair. I think it's very different than Frozen, but both are incredible. But I don't think they are similar in like the color choices. In Frozen, you had the more blue, purple. In Hercules, you got the more like yellows and more looks like what it is. It's a Greek mythology coming through more, and that's really fun. So I think they did a great job capturing what both movies were supposed to be with the animation style. So let's get into the stories themselves. I love Frozen. I have a bunch of sisters, as everyone knows, and I love that Frozen, it's really about the love between two sisters. There's a lot of twists, and there's a lot of turns to this story, a lot of ups and downs. I mean, at one point, Anna's engaged to who we know is the wrong person. We meet the great guy, but it's not about the love story between them, which is so different in Disney's world. They didn't make it about the girl meeting the prince. They made it about two sisters, and I love that part. And I love that it's a sister saving a sister. That is the big heart moment at the end. And I love it's true love. Now let's talk about Hercules. Hercules is a hero. And I love in the movie we see him become a hero and start to understand what a hero really is. I love the humor in this movie. There's really cute, funny moments. And we got a touch of romance in there. And we definitely have a lot of adventure. So definitely really fun to see Hercules go through his journey. It's really fun to compare that it's about the sisters' journeys versus the boys' journey, and I think that's kind of fun to have that this week. If you want to just compare one character versus the other, Elsa being the one with the power in Frozen and Hercules being the hero and the one with the power in his movie, they're very different main characters because Elsa's really about, well, are they that different actually? Both are about self-discovery and figuring out who they are and accepting who they are. I guess when I think about it, maybe they're not that different. I love both movies though. Let's talk about the failure or the success of our movies. Let's get into it with Frozen. Frozen was a huge success. It grossed over 1.2 billion worldwide. I mean, when this movie came out, it was everywhere. I love this movie. I bought it for me and my sister Kathleen at the same time because I absolutely fell in love with it the very first time I saw it. And I knew my sister just needed to have it, especially with Kathleen. Even though she's still upset that the first time we watched it together I fell asleep. What can you do? It wasn't the movie's fault. I had traveled a long day. But anyway, the movie was everywhere, and it still is. I love that it's at our parks. Merchandise is everywhere. My niece Abigail loves Frozen. So much fun to see her get into it now. And it even became a Broadway, I'm going to mispronounce this word, adaptation. It's awesome that it's even on Broadway. It's so much fun. Now let's talk about Hercules. While not as financially successful as Frozen, has gained a cult following over the years. Its humor, memorable characters, and catchy music has earned it a special place in the hearts of Disney fans. Now, Hercules did not have the success that Frozen did. I mean, few movies could, though. Hercules, however, is a cult favorite, though, especially to our Disney fans. Its humor and memorable characters really have made this movie become more popular since it came out than it was when it first came out. Frozen just started with a bang, and I think Hercules has kind of gone up over time. Both movies in Disney World, though, Disney classics. Alright, now we've come to the end. It's time for you to cast your votes down below or in our post section on the page. Let me know who you're voting for, and if you got a chance, let me know why you voted for it. And was it hard to choose? Because I love both these movies. I have no idea how I would choose. I'm not voting this week. I can't choose. I love Frozen and I love Hercules. It's going to be really hard to see one of these movies go.
Thank you for joining us today, and remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when round 2 videos start soon. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. Until next time, keep dreaming big and spreading that Disney magic wherever you go. Remember, start with love, end with kindness, and find a reason to smile today. See you real soon.